This is Miss Grady. Howdy. Please sit down. Oh, thank you. So tell me about your relationship with the late George B. Bopper.
I tell you that George B. Bopper was a rotten freeloader. He borrowed my truck last summer to pick up some wholesale plasticware from Wyoming, but on his way back he ran into a train. And last month he borrowed my tractor without my permission to haul off some dead cows from my brother-in-law's property, but he drove it into the pond.
He drove it into a lake?
He sure did.
And how?
He forgot where the brakes were.
Oh, I see. Now tell me, Mrs. Grady, when was the last place you saw him?
You know, last night I realized I've been missing my lawnmower all day. I thought it was gone for good. Then I heard some noise in my garage around 7:30. So I ran out just in time to see George B. Bopper flee to his house. I was about to go after him when I saw my mower. I couldn't believe that he brought it back. But then I checked the gas. It was empty. That was the last straw. I marched to his doorstep and burst into his house. There the old geezer was. Before he had a chance to explain his despicable actions, I told him off. As our shouts grew louder, my blood boiled and temper flared. There was only one way to deal with a crook like him, but I didn't think I had the heart to do it.
So then you slapped him in the face. Then you poked him in the eyes, and you punched him in the face, and you tripped him by the legs, and you left him dead. Murderer!
Actually, I told him with a past experience for him not to borrow anything from me unless he returns it with a full tank of gas. I didn't murder George B. Bopper.
Oh, darn! You were the perfect suspect. Well, I have two more suspect questions.
Suspects? Sheriff, you know just as well as I do that no one in Hickville would ever murder a man, even someone as tempting as George B. Bopper.
You're all suspects. Now, I'm not going to stop questioning you all until I find who murdered George B. Bopper. Now, get out of here!
But Sheriff, you don't know that George B. Bopper was murdered.
I'm going to prove it! If I solve a case like this, the government will give me a big reward or something like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sheriff.
Oh, yes, bring in the next suspect.
Sheriff, this is Miss Bugs.
How do you do? Have a seat. So, Mrs. Bugs, tell me about your relationship with the late George B. Bopper.
Well, ever since I moved in this neighborhood, George B. Bopper has been asking me for this, that, and the other. Last week, I loaned him $50 to get his uncle's bench out of the pawn shop. I told him that I needed that money back by the end of the month so I could renew my subscription to Young Living. But he never repaid me, so now I don't have the latest issue of that Young Living catalog.
I see, Mrs. Bugs. So when was the last time you saw this George B. Bopper?
It was about 8 o'clock last night. You see, I heard a noise last night around 7:30 and went out to investigate. I didn't see anything, so I went back inside. A little later, I heard someone shouting, so I decided to give George B. Bopper a little visit. As I peered inside and declared my presence, something caught my eye. There on the desk was the latest issue of Young Living. That dishonest weasel had bought the latest issue of Young Living for himself and failed to repay the money that he owed me. That was the last straw. Before he had the chance to explain his despicable actions, I started to tell him off. As our shouts grew louder, my blood boiled and temper flared. There was only one way to deal with an old crook like him, but I didn't think I had the heart to do it.
So then you slapped him in the face. Then you poked him in the eyes, and you punched him in the face, and you tripped him by the legs, and you left him dead. Murderer!
Merciful heavens, why would I do a thing like that?
Because he used the money you lent him to buy the latest issue of Young Living.
Now, Miss Bugs, you said that there was only one way to deal with a crook, but you didn't have the heart to do it. Did you do that?
Did you do that?
Yes.
There! She confessed! She did it! Murderer!
Oh, Sheriff, I didn't do it. I screamed.
You're wasting my time. I don't want to talk to anybody unless they confess to the murder of George B. Bopper. Get out of here.
Hold on, I have one more.
Suspect. Show him in.
Sheriff, this is Miss Bopper.
Hey, have a seat. So, Hilltopper, how'd you murder George B. Bopper? I'm sorry, I got a little carried away.
Well, I'll say.
So, Mrs. Hilltopper, tell me about your relationship with George B. Bopper. Well, actually, George and I were sweethearts, but you see, lately he hasn't been keeping his promises. Yesterday, he promised to take me out to eat at the cafe, and after 2 hours of waiting, he never showed up. That night, around like 8:30, I decided to tell George that I was done with him. As I approached his house, I heard a scream. So I ran to the house. When I got there, the door was open and George was reading a magazine. I was infuriated. Why hadn't George met me at the cafe? I confronted him and told him that I was not interested in a no-good, lazy bum like him. He tried to talk me out of it and even had the audacity to think that offering a sandwich would somehow make up for his blunders. That was the last straw. Before he had the chance to explain his despicable actions, I started to tell him off. As our shots grew louder, my blood boiled and temper flared. There was only one way to deal with a crook like him, but I didn't think I had the heart to do it. But I did. So I slapped him in the face, poked him in the eyes, punched him in the head, and kicked him in the legs, and kicked him in the rear, leaving him for dead. You did it! Murderer! No, I didn't.
What?
I just said that because I overheard you telling that to the other two.
Miss Hilltopper, you said that there was only one way to deal with a crook like that, but you didn't have the heart to do it. Did you do it?
Yes. I took his half of our forever friends network.
What?
So who killed George B. Bopper?
Rat poison. What? According to my autopsy, the late George B. Bopper consumed 10 ounces of rat poison that apparently was in his sandwich. He must have mistaken it for bologna.
So George B. Bopper wasn't murdered?
Nope.
Well, I'll be! No murder means no fancy award! I'll murder someone!